Hey, hey, look who I have. The Backstreet Boys. They're back. All right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It never gets old, right?
Nick and Howie. Were they? So are all five of you back? Because last time I counted it was five, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
so
they're
same five.
Yeah, they're doing their thing.
They're getting makmakeup right now.
Oh, well, you
We don't have to.
pretty young.
We don't make makeup.
Look at they look.
We're good. We don't wear makeup.
They even harmonize when they talk. How many years? 25?
26.
26.
Going on
26,
26.
yeah.
Incredible. You guys look
Yeah.
fantastic. I was listening to the
Thanks.
sound check, rehearsal, tune-up, whatever it is. I mean, your harmonies have to be so precise. I would imagine it's dialed in after so many years, but it's not like you guys have been singing consistently day after day for 25 years. How difficult is it to get retuned into that lock sync harmony?
It's kind of like riding a bike.
Yeah,
Is it?
in a way,
I mean,
yeah.
actually today is the first time we're premiering No Place, and we kind of barely put it together last night before we got here.
Yeah,
Come on.
But
very
it's just-
spontaneous.
Yeah, it was. But once you're in the studio and you kind of learn, you're recording a song, you really end up memorizing not only the lyrics but the parts, the harmonies, and everything. So you just take it with you. By the time we recorded that song about a year ago.
Yes.
But it was like Nick said, like getting on a bike. And as soon as we started singing it, we remembered the harmonies and we just go on.
Well, I think it's Sam Wyneck, our weather producer, super fan, her new favorite.
Really?
Yeah, she's
thank
excited to hear that one. But you also, what song did you sing for us last summer on stage? That's also good about the album. Is it "Don't Go Breaking My Heart"?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We did that one, yeah.
So that's a big one.
Yeah, it actually got
Thank you.
nominated for a Grammy,
Grammy, right?
which was
Congratulations.
completely surprising to us, but pleasantly surprised. That song really kind of broke down a lot of doors for us. We, at that time when we were out in Vegas, kind of recording a little bit here and there, we hadn't found the song that really that we felt was going to catapult us into what we were going to do on the album. And once that song, came to us, it was smooth sailing from there. And so that we owe a lot to that one.
10 studio albums.
Yes.
That's quite a resume. This one you've been working on it, or I guess putting these singles on record for over a year now.
3 years.
And it's been a 3-year project.
Yep. It has been
Incredible. So tell me what the process is like for you guys. I mean, you 5 of you get in a room and just wrestle it out? Or?
Kind of sort
It
We start
can-
with a therapist right off the bat and discuss all of our
You don't want to
problems
see the
and-
email chain, so I'll tell you that.
Yeah. No, we get in the studio and we just try to be creative. We don't really put any expectations, any limits. We just always try to say, go in there, just let the creative juices flow. Try to always, set
Best
the
song
bar
wins.
higher and higher, and that's what happened. Actually, this first when we started recording about 3 years ago, we never had an intention of it taking 3 years. But like I said, we never put a timeline on ourselves because you just never know when the right song's going to come. Actually, this album when we first started it went in like a little bit more of a pop dance feel, and then when we did the duet with Florida Georgia Line, that kind of took the record into a little bit of a country feel.
Country, yeah.
And then we kind of just decided to mesh it all together: pop, R&B, country, dance, because it's kind of our DNA. It's what makes us up. And so, like I said, I'm glad we were able to take the time that we did, because I think the album a year ago would have been a different album. An album 2 years ago would have totally been a different album. So
Yeah.
the cream really rises to the top.
Yeah, we really feel like this album is a little bit of something for everybody. That's like the different types of music, and it's just like us. We all have individual influences that are kind of coming through the music.
I mean, that's starting to sound like it's your farewell tour or something. The way
No,
not even
yeah.
close,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we're going for 50 years.
Yes.
So this is going to be a big arena tour. I mean, you haven't done an arena tour in a while, I'm guessing.
We've been in Vegas for almost 2 years, going on 2 years, and prior to that, we were on a tour. That was 5 years ago, the In a World Like This tour that we were on, and that went for about a year and a half. So. And we decided we wanted to. I mean, the Vegas residency. We have 2 more runs. One this February coming up, and then one in April, and then we're going to put the cap on that, and then that's pretty much done. And then we're going to jump on tour. Start rehearsals in March, and I think it starts in May, right?
Yep,
May
Europe.
in Europe. We go to Europe, and then we're going to come back to America. So it's almost sold out. There are still some tickets available, but we're really surprised everything that's happening.
Well, you have long-lasting friends. Fans and friends that go on for a lifetime. So you mentioned rehearsing. You guys, of course, famous for not only your harmonies but the choreography. I noticed during sound checks you were kind of standing a little bit. Are we going to see any of the classic moves on GMA, or is there just not enough room in that studio for what?
We're gonna shake it a little bit.
Oh, you are? Okay, good.
Almost gave us a little bit.
Them a little bit. All right, look, I want to do a little some trivia.
Okay, love trivia.
Right, let's do
And the
it.
good news is it's about yourselves.
Oh,
So the bad news is if you missed the trivia about yourselves, that says a lot.
yeah.
Right there. All right, so first off, we want to ask the first question, which is you guys have had 4 platinum singles. 4, right?
Singles? Or-
Singles. Let's go with singles.
Okay.
4 platinum singles. Can you name the 4 songs?
I want it that way.
I can at least help you out.
I think Backstreet's Back. Yeah.
You say quit playing games?
I don't think so. I'm worried that it was like in the very beginning.
As long as you love me.
Yeah.
So far
yeah,
we're
as
0
long-
for 4.
as long-
Oh for 4?
What?
I mean, I'm going to have to fact check this, but
Was this Wikipedia or what is it?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. Platinum.
um,
What does that mean?
it means a lot.
Because it's gone down over the years. Used to be like $1 million to go platinum.
All right, so
I was like,
the 4 platinum singles are All I Have to Give.
Oh.
Was that
Wow.
surprising to you? Do I need to triple fact check this?
This is from the press people, so
this is about-
this
oh,
is
so good.
legit.
All right, thanks. I mean, the last time I
Okay.
fact checked the blue card, I got in
It's
trouble.
like Adam ruins everything.
Everybody, Backstreet's Back, of course.
Okay.
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 But that's what I said. I said
Yeah, you did say that. So
Yeah.
wonderful. Sorry, but you said it
It's
a
on
different
camera.
way, and you know more. Quit playing games in my heart.
You went
Yeah,
there. You should, I
well,
should
yeah.
have just trusted my man.
All right.
I should have just trusted him.
And what would be complete with?
Incomplete?
Incomplete.
Ah.
That's interesting. Wow.
All right, chance to redeem yourselves. We'll call that batting 500 there.
Okay.
This is your 10th studio album, as we mentioned. Can you name all the other albums?
10. What you mean?
And for bonus credit,
other than this,
if you do it in order, it might be easier.
we actually start from the beginning. And can we cheat real quick and ask you a question? Can we
Are you going
include
on
like
one?
a European album that didn't get?
Yeah, if there's 10, it has to be.
It has to be the one, like he's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of
So
course.
the Red album, which is Backstreet Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then there's Backstreet's Back.
Backstreet's
Right.
Back.
Right. But that was America and then
Yeah.
Europe at the same time.
Was there?
They striped on one of the songs.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we had.
Was it Backstreet?
Oh God.
Because there was 3 within the first.
Really bad.
Let's
Three
count.
within-
Let's count
okay.
this one in the world in the DNA.
Okay.
DNA.
Okay, so that's 3.
Okay.
I'm trying to go in
I
chronological
was just
order.
sorry,
It's not
sorry,
working.
Michelle.
Um,
Move the.
Millennium. Oh yeah, yeah.
Perfect. Gosh.
And what would
Okay.
be
Well, we
on-
did
Black and
with
Blue.
Black and Blue. Then there was
Yeah.
Never Gone.
Never
and
Gone.
Then there was
Yeah.
This
Yep.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. This is
You have to do at least one of these albums, and they typically happen when it's cold outside.
we didn't do a Christmas album.
Fact check. Christmas.
We didn't. We have not.
That was the other
Actually,
group.
we should talk about that real quick.
Yeah. Oh, this is a bone of contention.
Because this is actually a debate internally. Like the whole group wants to do an official Christmas
Definitely
album.
want to do
Well, do we do an unofficial one that I'm getting that we got from the press people?
Wherever you got that information, we might want to.
Considers your first official pitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your fans have been with you over 20 years.
Yes.
This tour is almost already sold out. What does that support from the longtime fans mean to you?
Unbelievable. I mean, the fans are the true heart and soul of the Backstreet Boys. They have been with us, some of them literally from like day one. We're seeing out in the audiences now, you know, those that were in their teens with their parents are now coming now with their kids, grandparents. So we're seeing sometimes anywhere from 2 to 3 to sometimes 4 generations out in the audience. And they have stuck with us through the thick and thin.
They have some thick skin, I'll tell you that.
Yes.
You know, good.
The
Well, they
highs
went
and
through. They
lows.
went through the era with us of there was. We never thought we were cool, but boy bands, we kind of like came up a little bit, and then there was a little bit of a backlash of being in a boy band. Like, late, early 2000s or whatever.
Well, 'cause there
and
was-
so they stuck with us through that time. You know,
Look, the cream always rises to the top, and there's always going to be some hangers-ons and copycats that don't have the skills that you guys might possess. And should we call you a man band now? I mean, I think it's
You can
time.
call us whatever you want.
I call it
Just
boy
call
band.
us, call our
Keeps
management,
us
call our
young.
agent. call our-
Backstreet Boys, they're back. All right, on GMA. Not just a new song. That's my new, the new fave of Sam Winnick, but also an oldie and a goodie that we're excited for.
Yes.
Nick, good to see you,
Thank
man.
you.
Howie,
Good to see you too,
nice
man.
to see you as well.
Pleasure.
We'll see you on GMA with the Backstreet Boys,
Yeah.
all 5 today.